Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're in the middle of the Grand Alpine Challenge bush trip. Not much of an introduction today, because I assume you've seen the first two legs. So here's leg 3. It's about an hour long, which means it's going to take us over an hour. And look how long leg 4 is. Anyway, don't know how long it's been since you've seen me and I've seen you. I'm recording a bunch of these over a couple weeks before I even edit them. So I don't know if you just saw a video or if it's been a while. No idea. Sorry, I can't see the future, which is what you're living. Alright, I already said more than I planned. Let's get going. Alright, so first thing we're going to do like usual is repair and refuel. There we go. Then we're going to come down here and turn on some lights, because every leg starts over at 6:55 a.m. I've noticed. Have you noticed that? Every single one. 6:55 a.m. Alright, looks like we don't have GPS for this leg either. So we're going to have to rely on our navigation skills and maybe some Google Mappage to figure out where we're going. So speaking of where we're going, where are we going? We're going to Lima Sierra Papa Mike. And this time, instead of flying leg by leg and getting lost in the sky, not really lost, but you know, having to pause the airplane because you can't do that in real life, I kind of want to go through this ahead of time and prep ourselves for where we're going. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go 158 degrees, which is pretty much down. Really? Okay, are we going to go down into this valley or something? Because look at it's mountains right next to us. We're going to head towards the Grand Dissonance Dam, which must be somewhere in here, I think, I'm guessing. Yeah, right here. So we're going to somehow gain altitude and go right here. And then there's a dam there, I guess. Probably at the end of it. And then after that, we're going to go 119 degrees, which will be this way. We're going to go to Matterhorn, one of the most famous landmarks on the planet. Let's see, Matterhorn looks like that is right here. This gigantic peak right there. Then after that, we're going to go to the Gronogrant South Observatory in the Pennine Alps. Where do you think that might be? Let's see here. Okay, actually, never mind. Matterhorn is right there. The observatory is right there. So those are right next to each other. And then we headed after that, we're going to Monte Rosa, which is only 2 minutes away. So that must be really, really close as well, I would imagine. Yep, right next to the observatory. So we're going here for the dam, there, all within close succession of each other. And then what? And then we're heading... Whoop, too fast. Heading due north for a little bit to fly past Dom, the second highest peak. So that must be... Is it here, do you think? Or do you think it's going to be further north than that? Let's see where that is. Alright, that is right... Lying in Matterhorn Observatory. That's right here. Right there. That's Dom. So we're going to come down here, do this like loop along the top of the mountain ridges. Okay, that's kind of cool. We're going to follow this line. This must be the country border here. Switzerland, right? Go along. Basically, we're just going to follow the ridge right up to there. And then where are we going? Then we're going to Visp. Where do you think Visp is? Okay, Visp is in the valley. So we're starting here. We're going to take this loop, not end up there, but then we're going for there. And then what? Then we're going to a glacier, which is how far away? 6 minutes away. Alright, the glacier is this valley right here before this water. Alright, and then what are we doing? The Sphinx Observatory. Okay, the observatory and the glacier are next to each other on the map, so they must just mean the area, because it says 3.5 minutes away, but whatever. So we're heading right there. There's an observatory there somewhere. Hopefully we can find it. I hope it sticks out enough. Looks like it's in the mountain itself, right along a peak. Of course it would be along a peak because it's an observatory. Let's see. So that's going to be... Oh, I lost track where it was because I zoomed in too much. Where were you? Somewhere along this ridge in here is the observatory. Somewhere. Actually, it's south is behind this. Okay, it's right here. Okay, so here's the glacier. Here's the observatory. Right in this little cutout here. Below the water. So then waiting for that. And then we're going to go over Eiger, one of the most renowned peaks on the planet. We'll reread all these as we're going over them. I just want to get an idea where we're going this time. Okay, then the peak is right here, right next to it. So then we're going to turn. Man, we're going to do all these like zigzag stuff above these mountains. This is going to be very interesting. And then there's Tiefenstock. What is that? A peak somewhere, I guess? Okay, so Tiefenstock, yeah, 8 minutes at 79 degrees. Tiefenstock is way back. Come here. Way back here. So there's this valley. It's over here. So we're going back here to Tiefenstock, which is a huge peak. And then we go southeast to Airolo, which is by this little thing of water here. So, okay, let me zoom in again. Whoops, zoom in. So, now I kind of got lost. So, Tiefenstock is in this area. Airolo. Where are you, Airolo? Alright, Airolo is this little tiny spot right here by that water. That's Airolo right there. And then we're going to continue to get to the airport, which is Papa Mike. Only 1 minute, 103 degrees. So 1 minute. Well, come on, let's zoom in. Where you go, mousey? There it is right there. So there's Airolo, there's the airport. So the overview of what we're doing is, where are we? We're going to come down here, follow this peak, come up here, go towards this airport, look at the glacier and observatory. Then we're going to come back again and go over here somewhere. I already forgot. And then we're going to come down here, and there's an airport right in here somewhere, I think. Yep. So an hour of zigzag. If we get the whole thing in the image at once, which we really can't do, but it's just this: come down here, go up here, do a loop-de-loop, come down here, and then there's an airport. And we'll catch what we can in between. I can't guarantee you that I'm gonna find everything, though. You know what I mean? Like, we might miss a few of those observatories and stuff like that, but we'll do our best. Alrighty, so that is an overview where we're going. I wanted to do that this time because this is a long leg, and I didn't want to have to active pause and be like 10 minutes the wrong way or something. You know what I mean? It's already going to be long enough. So without further ado, let me turn my personal volume because I can't hear a darn thing, and let's read about where we're going. Alright, we're going to go 158 degrees, which is where am I heading, bug? I guess we can turn it this way. That's fine. In the 300s. Now we're in the 200s. What we're looking for, 158. 158, which is about right. Whoop, right there. All right, so we're gonna head and go that way, but we got to go up through this valley to get to that dam, which is probably at this. And I know it's gonna be at this end, right? Because there's the water or the river, the tributary. So the dam should be there. And we're gonna head to the right from there. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. It says we need to get up 10,000 feet. Of course, we're going to hand fly probably all of this, because even with autopilot and heading bug, it would just put us into a mountain. So we're going to hand fly, which means you don't get as much sightseeing in the video editing, because I have to be super actively flying instead of letting autopilot do it all while we sightsee. But we will do the best we can. Alrighty, there we go. So let's see. All right, what are we waiting for? After launching, skillfully gain altitude in this deep valley and head to the Grand Dixence Dam, which holds back the Lac de Dieu at 935 feet. It's the tallest gravity dam in the world and the tallest of any type in Europe. Okay, and then once we get there and we're over the water, we'll read about Matterhorn. So there we go. We're looking for the dam and the lake, and then Matterhorn after that. Where do they put us on the runway? Plenty of room. Actually, do you want to look around super fast? Well, come here. Come on, let's look around super fast. We're taking off into the sunrise. Look at that. It's jittery again, even though I'm sure we're like hitting 60 frames per second. Yeah, 49, 52, 49. Alrighty, here we go. Make sure we have one set of flaps down. Okay, there we go. Very long prep, but you know, oh, parking brake, yeah. But in real life, you would prep that, right? There's no way in real life you would take off on a trip like this without going over every detail like that. So I wanted to do it in the sim as well, since we don't know where we're going. Alrighty, and we're up. Brakes to stop the wheels. And let's start gaining. And we're not turning that way. We're going to go around that mountain. Wow, our frame rates are pukey. No, they're not. 52, 53, 54. Why is it so jittery when we have 54 frames per second? Alright, here we go. Flaps coming in. We are going to climb based on airspeed, so we can climb as steeply as we can. So we're going to keep that speed just before flaps. Let's make sure barometer, there you go, barometer, whoops, hit the wrong key. Barometer, there we go. 2,000 feet in climbing. Do you think we can look outside? I'm afraid of stalling though if I look outside too long, because we're getting kind of slow here. I should have looked up the optimum climb rate for this aircraft in terms of speed. We're doing 1,100 feet per minute, but our speed is borderline. Alright, here we go. Co-pilot, you can be quiet. Let's look outside here for a minute. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So, as far as this, we're stripping a challenge. The challenge is in the mountain flying, right? Look at those switchbacks. Because so far, well, okay, we're only on leg 3. We're only on leg 3. So that means we've only landed twice. I was going to say, so far, the airports have been easy. But no, because the first airport was a pain in the butt. Super pain in the butt. And we've only seen 2 airports. So never mind, right? The first landing, second landing, yeah, this is our 3rd leg. So never mind. I should not speak about the challenge of this yet. Other than right now, there's been challenging flying, and the first airport was a disaster. Not a disaster, just difficult. Alright, so we're going to climb through this valley. And, because I don't want to give you an hour and 20 minutes of my talking, I'm going to try to give you some sightseeing while I hand fly my climb at our very steep ascent here without flaps. A lot of question marks in that sentence. I'm going to give you some sightseeing. It'll be less than normal. Let's see what I can do. Yep, that's all you get. It's too risky. So I'm just going to cut through some of the scenes here while I navigate this. So actually, hang on a second. Can we quickly look back there? Because that's really freaking cool. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that river down there. Oh, so nice. Okay, I'm going to head towards this dam and lake, and I'll just cut you there because sightseeing is way too risky. Alright, there's the dam right under, now it's dissipating under the nose. Oh well, we will. Well, I don't think we'll be able to see from the airplane, because if I stay away from any of the mountains, we will be right over it, and we won't be able to see. So I'll use outside camera when we get there. But that also brings up a point that I've been watching real life bush flying, and the pilots say, like this, it looks like we're really close to the mountain, but we could be a few miles from those mountains. I really don't think we're a few miles from these mountains, but we could be. You know what I mean? So we're not as close as it looks, but you gotta be careful because we have to make it above those mountains in front of us, right? We're gonna go along the lake to gain more altitude, but we still gotta gain more altitude. We're only at 8,700 feet. I'm gonna increase our rate of climb here a little bit. Get into flap territory. And then we'll read about the next POIs as we get there. And there it is under the wing, although, well, my props keep getting red. We gotta keep climbing. We have a long ways to climb to clear those mountains on the other side, because that's basically where we're heading. We're gonna come down here, then go through here, try to follow this valley system up through here. Because we're not going to go directly over the mountain peaks. That's silly. We're going to stay in these valleys leading next to the mountain peaks, and then we'll look to the right to see the POIs, which is what they want us to look at. Alright, so we're about over the dam right now, and we missed it. And now we got to wait because we're directly over it. Ooh, there's a good sightseeing shot though. There's a thumbnail. Alright, we'll keep the camera like that. Oh my gosh, this is pretty crazy because we're also dealing with a bunch of turbulence. And are those barns on the side of the mountains? Alright, we're still climbing though. We're doing good. We're doing well climbing. Alright, so we're going to climb. And I guess we can read about the next POI after we try to look at that dam. Still not there. Oh boy, this turbulence is really getting me. This turbulence is really getting me here. I know it probably looks smooth to you, but it's not smooth, trust me. Alright, I think I see the route we're going to take. Okay, we're almost at 10,000, but these peaks are way higher than that, obviously. Now can we see them? There's the dam. We're seeing the other side of it, but we saw it under the wing a little bit, and there's the lake. Alright, so here we go. So now it says to do what? It says to fly southeast for just 12 nautical miles and pass by the famous Matterhorn, one of the most beautiful and famous landmarks on the planet. 6 minutes away. Now, because we're still climbing, that 6 minutes will turn into 12 probably, and I'm not going to worry about adjusting my heading bug because we're going to follow the terrain to get through this. I'm not worried about our actual heading. We're just going to keep climbing up, and then we're going to go to the left between those mountains there, and then we'll see Matterhorn, and then hopefully we can spot that observatory, and then there's another peak, I believe. Okay, we're getting kind of slow now, so let's keep our speed just above flaps. And those of you who are also doing flight sim yourselves, you know that this is more difficult than it looks. That's why it's called the Grand Alpine Challenge, because it's way more difficult than it looks. Man, it is a challenge. Alright, let's get back inside and fly the airplane before we hit that mountain. Oh, alright. Let's see what else. Well, we're just going to navigate through here carefully, and we're going to, again, try to get to here. So we got to keep climbing to get over this peak. Then we're going to follow this valley, like I said, even though our POIs are really along this country border here. We're going to look at them from over here. I'm not going all the way up those ridges. No way. There's no need to. It's too risky. It's too scary. So we're just going to fly while we still climb, because we still have to cross some peaks. Man, oh man, this is pretty hairy. You want to be 1,000 feet above your train. We could be. I don't know. And I'm gonna feel a little bit like a fake here because an imposter, fake, wannabe, poser, imposter syndrome, because I don't know which peak is Matterhorn. I'm really sorry. I don't know which peak it is. It's one of these. It's probably that one right there, because it says 8 minutes away, or whatever it was, 5 minutes away, and that's farther away than it looks. So that could be it. I really don't know. I just know we're going to keep climbing. And we're headed between those mountains right there in the middle of your screen. Maybe that's Mount Matterhorn. I don't know. I looked at it on the map, but when you're flying it, it's a little different than looking on the map. Oh, that's amazing though. Wow. I need to find real-life footage of flights like this, because I wonder if they really exist. I haven't really looked. Alright, I admit it. I looked at Matterhorn again on the map, and it's the peak right in front of us. See the nose, that tallest peak? That's Matterhorn. We're actually going to go to the right of it as we climb out of here. So, I'm kind of glad I looked it up again, because I didn't want to leave you all hanging. And I keep getting the save icon, which is good normally, but the bad news is if we crash, then that's where it'll resume from. So that's a problem. So we just got to make sure we're very, very, very careful. So Matterhorn is going right behind that left frame bar there. Alrighty, so we're aiming for that peak area that's lower. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I don't want to have to redo this. So we're gonna get into scary territory in our speed here. If I do flaps, that'll create some drag and we might not be able to climb, but without doing flaps we're kind of low. So I'm actually going to get a little bit close here and zigzag. Oh wait, nope, we're gonna go through there, I think. This is closer, or this is lower. We're gonna go through here and get around this, but that's Matterhorn right there. There's your Matterhorn. I want to read about the next POI and stuff, but we got to get through this first. So actually, you know what? I might not make that. Are we going to make this? I think we'll make this now because I did some S-curves to give ourselves some time. Except now we're not climbing anymore because we're getting too slow. Holy moly. Okay. So what I would recommend, we need flaps. We're getting too slow. We need that drag. Oh my gosh. What I would have recommended is climbing. What? I can't get any speed at all now. We're not even climbing and we can't get speed. How are we supposed to do this? How are we supposed to do this? What? If I can't get any speed, I don't think we're gonna make this, are we? Oh boy. Are we gonna make it? Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not how you fly this, folks. We're totally gonna stall right over this ridge. Oh boy. Okay. And go down. Oh, we were 500 above terrain. Okay. We were farther away than it looked. It's just, it was so, I don't know what to say. Okay, now we're not where we're supposed to be. I just can't make that. So what we're going to do, let's put our flaps back in. So we're going to go this way a little bit. We were 500 above terrain. Okay, so yeah, we weren't as close as it looked. Now, of course, we're going the wrong way, but that's just because I can't climb that. What I should have done was climbed way sooner, so we would have been like 5,000 feet higher, 4,000 feet higher above that lake and that dam. But, ugh. Okay, so we're going as slow as I possibly dare go without flaps, and we're not climbing. In fact, we're losing altitude. So, what are we going to do? We're going to add to this trip. Do you think I can fit through there? That's pretty hairy too. I can't climb. I'm supposed to be climbing. Can I climb with flaps? No, that's just gonna slow us down. So flaps in. I can't climb at all right now without slowing down. So even if I'm level, let's get some more prop in there. Even if I'm level, we're getting too slow. If I bring back mixture, yeah, that's not how that works in this. So what we're gonna do is what? What are we gonna do? We're way off track now. We're supposed to be going over here to the observatory, right? Like over here somewhere. Oh man. All of a sudden, are we climbing at least? Yeah, we're climbing. All of a sudden, this hour-long trip is now going to be like 4 hours long. So let's get over here. Let's go over these mountains. And let's circle back and climb. I just want to get here. Once we're here, we can go round mountains. See, we're supposed to go up here. You know, I could just cut to the right and skip this whole thing. If I wanted to. But that's not the point. So once we get to that valley over there, we're good. Because it's all valleys all the way, but getting around that Matterhorn thing was the disaster. Okay, I think we can get over here. That's really far away though. Look at the map. That's actually much farther than it looks. Then we can head back. In the meantime, check out some pretty stuff. Right? Oh. Nope, we're getting lower. We gotta keep climbing. Alright, the train turbulence kicking in. Oh man, I just don't understand. Okay, we're barely climbing. So I adjusted prop stat to make a difference. I adjusted mixture that, just turned the engine off. Because if we had just the two levers, right? You adjust the red one to get more power when you're higher, and it didn't work in this one. I don't think it works that way anyway when you have the variable prop thing, but still, I thought it worked a little bit, but in this sim it doesn't. It just turned my engine off. So let me try it again. Just slowly bring it back. Is it working? Maybe it's working a little bit. Or is it just coincidence? See, I'm bringing the mixture back very slowly, little by little. I can't tell if it's really working or if it's just in my head. No, that... I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to give a lesson on the 3 levers in this video, but just super quickly, I'll mention it. If you just have the 2, and I'm just going to call them the 2 or 3 levers because most people doing this don't really know what, you know, so the 2 levers, right? Black is your throttle, red is your mixture. And what you do if you have 2 levers is when you get certain height, you bring back the mixture until the engine, you bring it up until the engine climbs just before it drops, right? And you can watch videos on how much, and I'm not getting into that. You just bring back the mixture to get more power until you bring back too much, okay? Then you can put it back 10% or whatever. And we have 3 levers. It's the same way, but it works in tandem with the blue one, okay? Again, you can watch a billion videos on YouTube on what to do, how to do it, how you know. Some people say, if you can't do it by feel, you don't know what you're doing. Other people say, don't do it by feel, do it by the numbers, whatever. I'm not getting into that. So that's how that works. I was having a problem climbing. I was trying to bring back mixture before, and I brought it back and it just stalled. Like the engine turned off, started turning off, put it back in, couldn't climb at all. But now I brought it back, just bumped it back, and now I have more power. So I don't know why it was super duper crazy sensitive. That must be a sim thing, but now we're climbing just fine, see? We're climbing like crazy now. So it was definitely a mixture thing, but I don't know why it responded weirdly, so whatever. But now we're climbing. So if you're watching, if you're following along at home, folks, you need to understand how mixture works. I guess you can turn on auto mixture. That's boring though. But you have to have a basic sense of how mixture works, or else you're going to end up in the situation I'm in. So now I have to make up all this time getting back. Whatever. At least we're climbing now. Bring back props, get out of the red a little bit. And listen to the engine and climb as we head back towards that valley. I'll see you in a little bit. So for those of you playing along at home, this is Matterhorn again, in case you're wondering. And the observatory we're going for is right along this ridge. So we're going to go through here, observatory will be on our right, and then we'll continue to the north to that glacier and whatever else we were doing, which I'm going to look up later once I'm through my panic. So right now we're headed for this observatory, which is right there, but we get to see Matterhorn again, because why not? So the observatory should be off the nose. I don't know if we're going to be able to... I'm also speeding up, by the way, because we can now. We can start coming down a little bit. Well, sorry, I was listening to the engine of the aircraft. It sounded scary for a second. The observatory should be right off the nose to the right. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, like make it out. Maybe that's it right there. That could be it right there. It should be it anyway. I'm not going to fly over there and look. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so there we go. We found it. So now, next after the observatory, turn southeast. Wait, what? What? Hang on. What? Oh, yeah. I remember now. Okay, so there's the observatory. Okay, I'm going to explain what's going on. Let's level off first here. Let's stop speeding up for a second. So there's the observatory right there. And then this is Monte Rosa right there, which we're not going over there. We're just going to look out the window. And then the next place, I'm going to tell you. So there's observatory, there's Monte Rosa. Dom is up here, which is right here. Then we're going to go around it. So instead of changing directions 3 times, we're just going to look at all 3 things at once. So there's your observatory right there. Sorry we're not closer. I'm not getting any closer than that. This is dangerous as it is. Monte Rosa is right there, and then Dom is up there. So those 3 things all in one fell swoop. There you go. So now what comes after that then? After Dom is this glacier, I think, right? Isn't there a glacier after Dom? Or Visp, sorry. Visp is the city right here. But we gotta stay high because we gotta get above that to get to the glacier, I think. Whoa, dang it. Oh no, how do I get back? There we go. Okay, so now we're heading towards Visp, a town, which is right there by that airport. That's where we're going. Okay. Now we're back on track. But like I said, we're not. Nope. Nope, nope. I know, I'm thinking I probably could get closer. Like, this is more space than it looks, right? This is probably miles and miles and miles, and we probably could fly right over it. But that's all you're going to get. If you want to see it up close, go ahead and load this leg and get closer yourself. Because I'm not getting any closer. We had enough scares. So in the meantime, can I come down? I don't know. We might not be able to because after Visp, we might have to go over those hills. I can't remember. What's after Visp? The LSGS Glacier. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we gotta stay up here because after Visp, which is right there, we have to get over here. Remember, here's the glacier and there's another mountain peak, which is probably that one right there. That's where we're headed. I forgot about that. So no, we cannot come down. So we're gonna have to see Visp from super high up. So let's keep our altitude, or not altitude. Yeah, let's keep our altitude, and then we'll head that way. Alrighty, let's not climb too much though. I want to get some speed out of here. Good grief. Alrighty. There's Dom, whatever it's called, which looks really close, but it's really far away if you look at the map. And then Visp, which we can't even see because it's below the nose, way down there. So, a little bit of sightseeing. I'm going to climb back up again. We came down like 2,000 feet because I was excited to get lower to the ground, and I did it too soon. So, yeah, I will see you in a little bit. Alright, we're about to take a look at Visp, but we really need to carefully navigate for the next couple POIs here. Alright, so there are some roads, and Visp is under us, which we can't even see. Yes, you can, right? The very bottom center of your screen under the tail wheel. That is Visp. That's all we're going to get to see of it, unfortunately, because we do have to navigate now to get to our next POI. So we're climbing again. We're at 14.7. Climbing slowly, keeping our speed up at the same time, adjusting my mixture as I need to, and we're going to head over this way because we're aiming for this valley. Because what we need to do is, if you see that water and triangulate, make a triangle, our next 3 POIs are here. So the glacier is this area here, right? All the water where, carved away for the water to go down. That's your glacier. The Sphinx Observatory is right here, and Eiger is right there, which you're looking at right now. Probably you just can't see it. So that's what we're doing. And then Tiefenstock is over to the. I'll tell you where Tiefenstock is later. It's about half an hour away or so for me. So yeah, so Eiger is probably that, although we can't quite tell for sure. So let me get back down to our actual airplane so you can see where we are. Where are we? There we go. So we're aiming for this valley right here. No, that's not Eiger. That's this stuff. So I'm hoping to cross all this and get to this valley, and then we'll check out the glacier, the observatory if we can find it, and Eiger, and then we'll talk about Tiefenstock. Okay, so I am carefully flying. So I guess in case you're wondering, what am I doing? Oh, can we see? There's Visp. So what am I doing between cuts of the video other than giving you some sightseeing shots? Well, I'm climbing very slowly and very carefully. I'm keeping a very careful eye on my speed. I'm keeping an eye on my climb rate. I'm keeping an eye on the terrain, and I'm keeping an eye on the map. All those things is what I'm doing, and then I'm giving you a quick 20 seconds of sightseeing, then I'm coming back in and readjusting everything because I'm hand flying everything, so it all gets off when I'm sightseeing, and then I fix everything. In fact, I was quite a ways off a bit ago, which you didn't have to see, but I had to correct some stuff. And then I give you 20 more seconds of sightseeing, and then I come back in really quickly and I try to get back on course and everything, and so on and so on. So that's what I'm doing in between takes here. I'm not really talking it out all that much because it would be the same thing over and over and over, but there is Visp again, part of it. But that's what I'm doing. So very careful, very tricky. You do have to know what you're doing to do this bush trip. It is definitely, it's way more challenging than Patagonia. Patagonia was a breeze compared to this one. Let's see, as I'm talking, I'm not climbing, and I have everything trimmed and everything, but with the terrain turbulence under us, it really throws you all over the place. So we're making it slowly and surely. I've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes, and the flight is only supposed to be 49 minutes. So we'll see what happens at the end. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to try to cross this mountain range, and I'll see you when we get to the glacier, I guess. Alright, let's talk about a few things. So we've got the glacier through here, which is in front of us. You can't see it. And then we've got, what do they call it? Eiger, which is here. So again, you got the two lakes. Eiger is there, observatory is there, glacier's here. So we're going to fly. We're supposed to come around this way and do like a turnaround, but we didn't. So we're coming from the backwoods area, I guess, so to speak. So we're going to come on through here, and we're going to fly across this, and we should see the observatory and the mountain on the right, go over the glacier. So we're doing those three things in reverse order. Then we're going to come over through here, come around. Actually, if we can go through here, that'd be nice. We'll see. And then Tiffenstock is around that lake right there. I don't think it is the lake. No, it's a peak. Yeah. And then Irolo is right there, and then airport is right there. So as far as the way we take to get around all that, I'm not exactly sure. I'm planning on going through here and then coming down through here with Tiffenstock on our left. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how high we are and what we can get through. We are getting a lot of terrain turbulence right now. But anyway, okay, so there we go. There's the glacier in front of us and to the left a little bit. And then we'll try to find the observatory. We were able to spot the other one, even though we're quite a ways from it, but we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see. So let's hop inside. Okay, here we go. Let's see, do we see an observatory out there? Is that it right there, do you think? That could be it. That could be it, maybe, or maybe that's just some shiny peaks. Let's head that direction since we safely can, because we are pretty high. Man, I would really like to just cut across all this stuff. But do we have to climb more? I don't know. Can't decide. I think we might just fly around it. It's way safer, because look, we're only like 1,000 feet, 500 feet above that terrain. Anyway. Oh, that's not the observatory. Well, maybe it is. Is it? Is there a zoom in thing here? Let me see. No. Yes? Yes. Yes, it is. See how it's like all screwed up because it doesn't match the actual train because I hand-made it? There's the observatory. Sweet. Okay, we found it. Again, we're pretty far away from it like we were the other one, but I don't want to get any closer. Alrighty, so that's the observatory. The mountain peak then is also right up there. I don't know which one. One of those. One of these. Maybe it's that one right there in front of us. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. And then the glacier is in front of us and under us. So let's go aside from that. There we go. And there's the glacier below. So those are those three things. One of those is the mountain. Probably the one under the right wing right now. Oh, we can totally cut across this. Oh, we are totally cutting across. And we'll head towards, what is it? Tiffenstock. Alrighty, so we're going to cut straight across. Tiffenstock is there. We're not going to make it that far, but we'll go to here, and then we'll be able to see it on our left. So I'll see you when we get to Tiffenstock. bunch more glacial activity, and we're just beelining it for Earlo. Is that what it's called? Earlo. So Tiffenstock is over on your left. Earlo, a deep valley city. You can't see it, but it's straight ahead. So Tiffenstock is probably, let's see, I don't think it's that far away. I think it's one of these here. Let's double check that for a second. If we follow the two water things right there, actually, yeah, Tiffenstock is probably that right there. So there you go. We're not getting any closer. I apologize. We don't need to get any closer. So for right now, we're going to beeline into Airolo, which is right here. The city in that deep valley right there. That's where we're heading towards. And then we'll start coming down once we reach that valley. And then we'll land at airport. So that, well, I mean, still half an hour out for me, but that'll take care of all the POIs and things we need to read about. There's that valley there, the first one, not the one we're going to. There's an airport down there, though. We're going to head to the next valley. So can we start coming down yet? I don't think so. We have another ridge to pass over. And then we'll start coming down. So there you go. To Tiefenstock, or whatever you were called. And Airolo's next, and we'll land. See you in a little bit again. Alright, it's probably time that we start coming down now, even though we have mountains right in front of us, just because we are really high. We gotta come down quite a bit to this deep valley, and we'll probably have to circle anyway to descend. Let's start coming down. Let's look out a little bit here, just to see the beautiful, beautiful terrain from the outside. Looking back at that valley we saw during sightseeing. Oh yeah, we've got we have plenty of space to come down. So let's actually get over this ridge and use that valley to come down. Did we look that way yet? There we go. Alrighty, come over this ridge, start coming down, bring back throttle so we don't overspeed and have to redo the leg. My goodness, would that be a bummer, huh? And I don't see the airport yet. I just know that we have to come down a lot. Make sure props forward, throttle all the way back. And we're going to do a bunch of S-curves here. Because I don't know the elevation of the airport. I just know it's called Ambri. And it's after the gorgeous town of Airolo, which we haven't gotten to yet. But we have to start descending now because we have so much to come down. Remember, Airolo is right there. We're going to see that. And then Ambri is afterwards. And that's where we're headed. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to come down in time. We might have to make some very, very wide S-curves here. Use up the entire valley. I don't want to come down any more steeply than this because of our speed. And we're already come down 2,200 feet per minute, which is pretty scary. Alright, let's see. Gradual S-curves. I don't think I can give you any sightseeing, though, as we do this, because it's pretty risky with the overspeed and everything. So I'll just make some cuts as we go. Although that's pretty gorgeous, you have to admit. That is really gorgeous. Wow. There's our Oli right there. You can see it coming up to the right. We still have a long ways to come down, though. I don't want to slip it because remember, if you stress the aircraft too much, it registers as a crash. And then you gotta redo this whole thing, and I've been at this in real life now for over 2 hours. I don't know what's going to register as. I did have to pause it for a little bit in between, but we'll see. Right, there's your town, Airolo or whatever, and then the airport should be up. The airport should be up there. I'm getting nervous because of our speed is picking up quite a bit. We have quite a ways to come down yet. So we'll just keep S-curving. If we weren't doing a flight that I was worried about having to redo, then I would totally just slip it in and we would come straight down like a rock and not gain any speed, but I don't want to risk it because I don't know what the stress limits are. How's our fuel anyway? Plenty of fuel, okay. So we're just going to play it safe, like this. And so far, so good. So far, so good. Oh, look at all the cars on the switchbacks. That's amazing. Right, Airolo. Nice to see ya, but we gotta come down to that train turbulence. Oh my gosh, that train turbulence. Oofta. That's pretty intense. But at least we get to see the town. There's our airport. Perfect. Do we still have to come down? I think we still have to come down. I can't quite see if there's Pappy or anything, but man, that's going to be a tricky one. We're going to be coming from the right, a quick left, then right to land. We can do it. I think. I know we can. I know we can. And quickly looking at Airolo, super fast. But we got to get back in because of our speed, so. Alright, here we go. A long, scary final, but we can do it. Looking at the town. Best as we can before we hit this mountain 500. Well, not really. That's just the terrain below us is 500. Throttles have been back for a long time. Mixer's been forward. Props have been forward. We're just going to sneak our way through this little valley here until we get into flap range. And I'm starting to sweat only because this is a long leg if we have to redo it. But the next one is longer. Oh boy. Can't imagine it getting much more challenging than this leg of all bush trips, but we might be in for a surprise. At least the airports are easy to find so far, except that first one. First set of flaps, just so we can keep our speed low here. So I have time to maneuver. Look out the windows. This is nuts. Look out through the back. That's amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Alright, second set of flaps now. Turn up my personal volume. Whoop, a little bit of throttle. We're starting to sink, actually. There we go. Oh yeah, look how long that threshold is. Wow. You can almost make a dangerously short final out of that threshold alone. But if you're bush flying, that would make sense. Alright, that's a short runway too. Oh, the threshold on both sides is long. That would make sense because of the approach. Alright. Careful. We've come this far. We don't want to mess up now. Alrighty. I don't want to register. I don't want to land on the threshold in case it registers as a crash or something. So we're just gonna come in very carefully. Whoop, keep those throttles going there. There we go. Where are we? Let's stay centered if we can. And here we go. Let ground effects save us a little bit here. Don't land on the tail. And where are we? Ground effect. Come on. There we go. Ooh, we bounced the right wheel but not the left. There we go. Keeping careful on the rudders. Yoke all the way back. Careful on the brakes. Ooh, I said careful on the brakes. Okay, did we do it? We did it. And only 30 minutes. 30 minutes? 20? Yeah, only 30 minutes longer than it was supposed to take. That's not bad. Okay, I'm sweating bullets. I need to take a breather. And like, subscribe, and see leg 4. And I'll see you then.